Okay. So welcome, guys. Thank you so much for making it on. I know we've got Sarah on mute. It's her wedding anniversary today, so happy wedding anniversary. And today I thought I'm going to start off just with really two or three things that I've really picked up from Miracle Morning, which really just kind of made my brain explode. And really called me out on some of my stuff, and hopefully it's going to be useful for you guys. And you may or may not have listened to that book, but I think certainly coming out of August into September, August is like the trickiest, hardest month of the year. And with that being said, mindset is absolutely everything moving into the final 4 months of the year. And I was speaking to Lindsay the other day, and she was talking about how 90% of it is mindset and 10% is just the action that you're taking. And, that's quite a scary thought, actually. But I think she's absolutely right. And the reason why I think that is that personally, when I go through dips in my business, it's because my mindset isn't in the right place. And of course, this whole journey for us as leaders, like you guys are all business builders here, you all really want to make a big thing of this, whether or not you want to make it a full-time gig, or just have it on the side as a really great supplementary income. I know you guys are all pushing for big goals here, so I thought it'd be really, really good to share. And in Miracle Morning, there were a couple of things that kind of, as I said, made my kind of brain explode. So the first point that the author makes is that he talks about people not being morning people, and we kind of have this story in our head that we need a certain amount of sleep, and also that the way that we feel when we wake up is exactly related to the last thought we have when we go to bed. And it really made me think, because honestly, personally, I've gone through periods in my business where I've got up at 5, and I've gone through periods in my business where I'm like, oh, I'm just too tired, so I'm going to lie until 6. And I always thought that's just because I'm tired. I need to just listen to my body, right? We hear all this stuff, and, believe what he said or not. I'm sure it's probably a little bit controversial, but what he says is he is a really, really experienced and highly successful life coach. And he started getting these guys that he saw to implement the stuff that he said into their routine, just to really give it a test and a try. And he said, just really call yourself out on the last thought you have when you go to bed, and make sure that it's a positive one, and really think about why you're excited to get up the next morning, why you're excited to seize the day. And then when the alarm clock goes off, number one, it is a good way away from your bed, which is super basic, but works like an absolute magic. And he said, be really conscious that when you hit the snooze button, you're basically saying, oh, do you know what? I don't want to face the day. And he said, what kind of way is that to start your day? And he said, he's done tests and trials and experiments on people where they really focus on trying to be positive for the first hour of their day. And the change to their ability to be successful was unbelievable. And that really blew my mind, because honestly, I go through periods personally, I'll be honest, we're all human, where I struggle with that first thing in the morning. And actually, this morning I woke up having listened to it, and I was like, I'm not going to hit the snooze button. And actually it made me feel so much better, because you wake up feeling accomplished because you've got yourself out of bed, and that's you've accomplished something already. So you're actually feeling more confident with it. And you go into these, tasks. We've all spoken about affirmations, meditation, visions and goal setting. And he does that in the first hour of his day. And he said, when we say in our heads that we need X amount of sleep, he said, it's just really based on what we're telling ourselves we need. So if we're telling ourselves that we need 8 hours sleep, it's really a story that we've told ourselves. And actually, if we tell ourselves we'd be fine with 5 or 6 hours sleep, that actually we are fine with 5 or 6 hours sleep. And certainly that's the reports he found on his, tests that he did on all of his mentees. And that blew my mind, because honestly, I'm that person who's always I love my sleep. I definitely always need at least 7 hours. And I do love my sleep, I'll be honest, but it really called me out. And I thought, yeah, maybe it is just a story I'm telling myself. And, he went on to say, the people who are unbelievably successful, they there is no difference to their overall health from having less sleep as those compared who have more sleep. And I'm not telling you how much sleep you should have, like that's personal to you. But what I thought was really, really interesting was that it was all a mindset, and it's all our approach to how we feel about that bedtime routine, how we feel about that morning routine, and really starting to fall in love with that morning routine, so that we get up and he says, like, splash your face with water, brush your teeth, have a glass of water, and get straight to it. And it's do you know, it's just so much to do with, and again, it is quite scary, like everything that we can or we can't do is a direct reflection on what we tell ourselves we can or we can't do. And that is so unbelievably powerful. And he's, we've all listened to several personal development books, right? But this is what all of them say. If we're telling ourselves, like, I am X, I am capable of Y, I am amazing, and we have these affirmations, it's going to happen for us. But if we wake up and we're like, oh, I'm just not sure of it, like, yeah, but am I really going to? That is so dangerous. And so I just really want you guys to be conscious of that. What is that internal voice doing and saying? And I did a live video about it on IG earlier on, but that internal voice is so, like, it's more impactful than anything anybody could say to you, because it's the voice that goes on inside all of the time. And that is the thing that will make or break you, more so than, another half, a parent, whatever. So just over the next week or two, like, one, I would strongly suggest listening to Miracle Mornings if you haven't listened to it, but also just really call yourself out on that stuff that you're telling yourself. Because when we say, like, we want something or we can't do something, it's because we've told ourselves we can't. And just making that shift, like, I think it's Jen Sincero, she says, like, say your affirmations, like, like, hitting your chest. And I always feel like I'm a complete idiot, but you know what? It completely works, because your subconscious is working without you even knowing. And it's stuff that's been embedded in you from, like, childhood and experiences in your life. And unless you, like, verbally call yourself out, it's going to keep playing without you knowing. And I know we've all got limiting self-beliefs. And so I just thought that stuff, like, it just really blew my mind. And I wanted to share it because we're all super capable in this team, and we've all got big goals. And I know you guys can all do it. And it all comes down to believing it and getting in that positive mindset first thing in the morning. And I totally agree with him. That first hour, when he said it, it was like, yeah, if I think about how the first hours of my day goes, it really does impact my whole day, whether it's going to be a great day or it's going to be a rubbish day. And it is made in that first hour. So that's just my 2 pennies worth, but I just wanted to share it. So I know we haven't spoken on this call for a bit, and I know we've got Chrissy and Paige who are new to this call, which is great to see you guys. And really what we tend to do is, just as leaders, developing teams, people that really want this, it's a great place for us to all come together and really just report in on how we're doing, what our goals are for the month, for a bit of accountability. You can hear what other people have to say. And then just talking about things that are working well and things that aren't working well. And then we tend to have, like, a little bit of a conversation. So I don't know who would like to kick off, but if you want to maybe put your hand up. Obviously Sarah's on no visual. I don't know whether she's going to talk, and Chrissy. So Lisa's going to talk. Okay, perfect. Off we go, Lisa. Oh, there we go. Oh, I keep clicking.
All right, that was me. I've been a knob again. Oh my goodness. Do you think that's a self-limiting belief? I keep saying,
yeah,
knob.
I hear you say that a lot.
I know. Okay, right. I was being super intelligent there, so that's how I managed to do that. So this month, same as previous months, my goal is Success Club 20. My diamond date is the 21st of September. And at the minute, I'm sitting at Success Club 0. I have a girl who has assured me she's going to be signing up very, very shortly, within the next couple of days anyway. But I'm still running ads. I'm still running a ad, and it doesn't get a massive amount of engagement, but the people that are getting in touch through the ads seem to be I seem to be getting more of them through to the sneak peek than I ever did with a promoted post.
Interesting.
So I'm finding that interesting actually, because the ad has very, very little information on it. So all it says is that, I can't remember now off the top of my head. It says something just along the lines of health and fitness enthusiasts wanted as wellness influencer business builders. Join my team, and then there's a little button for more info, and that is it. That is all the ad says. And so although I'm only getting probably about between 7 and 10 people a day, definitely I'm able to, pretty much as soon as I've sent them the email, they're almost adding me as a friend and going through the sneak peek. So I don't know what the difference is. I honestly don't know, but I'm enjoying having the ad more than ever using promoted posts anyway. So I'll continue working on that and see how it goes. But it's definitely per lead cheaper than running the promoted posts.
And you mean that's through Facebook, right?
Yes. Yeah, because Instagram, every single time I've tried it on Instagram, it's just not worked well for me.
And what are you putting into it?
Oh, well, this time I've put it on for 10 days.
Yeah.
For £100. So £10 a day.
How much so it cut out?
Oh, £10 a day. So £100 for 10 days.
And how many how many applications are you getting?
I've had 27 so far for this one. And that was actually from a couple of hours ago anyway. And I think I'm on day, hang on, what day did I put on? I think this could be day 4 or 5.
Wow.
So
okay.
It works out at, well, they're all coming through at between 2 and maybe £2.75 per lead. So that works a lot better for me than the promoted posts ever have.
Can you maybe send in our thread how you're setting that up? Like just screenshot.
Exactly the same as the promoted post. It's the same information you put on, but this time instead of sending them to a website or sending them to your type form, they complete a form and I get their email address and their name, and then I email them straight away off the back of that.
So they're not going to, so they're going to a website. They're going to a type form. So what? I don't understand.
No, all they do is they complete a form that asks.
But where's the form? Where's it embedded in?
On the ad. It's
so
on.
The form is something that is an option on the ad.
Yeah, you create it. So what they do is once they see your ad, as soon as they click more info, it takes them to a form that you create, and you can put. There's not a great deal of choice actually for the information you can ask from them, because I would have liked whatever their Facebook name was in case they didn't receive my email. But yeah, so on the form, I ask for their email address and their name, and then I email them off the back of that.
Is that the Facebook Ads Manager app, or is it directly in Facebook?
It's directly in Facebook.
Can you screenshot the page and how to find it? Because honestly, like, I'm such a techno. Like, you know, when you found a format that works, I wouldn't know how to try something new. So if you wouldn't mind just like screenshotting, I'm sure it's super simple, but just like sending to everyone at the end, that would be just great to know, because obviously if you're getting that many applications at much less cost, then that's definitely something that we need to be looking at as a team. So that's super insightful. And so when was the first time you did that form of ad?
The start of, I've run 3 now. The first one I did was at the start of August. And I think I got about 35 applications off the back of that one. And then I ran another one, and just to try it out, I doubled the price on it. So I did £150 over, I think it was, hang on, it was probably over about 5 days, and I think I got 46 applications.
And what's the quality like?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're more responsive than people.
But what are their backgrounds, or do you not know what their backgrounds are?
A lot of them are either already in network marketing, because that is one of the interests that I've put on there.
Okay, that's interesting.
A couple of quite a few of them actually are already PTs or fitness instructors. That's
Great
what.
idea to put network marketing. I'd never thought of doing that. But I suppose if someone from network marketing goes to fill in someone else's, they clearly know it's network marketing. They're obviously not happy in what they're doing, which is gold, right? So
The other thing I found off the back of that is my page has had a lot more likes from people that I haven't invited. So I think people are seeing the ad and just automatically liking my page. So whilst they maybe are not interacting with the ad, they're watching my page on Facebook now. Yeah.
And then you're going in to connect with them.
Yeah. Well, no, I send them a message off that. If they've liked something, then I'll send them a message. Technically an invite. Off the back of them interacting in my page or on that post. But otherwise, they're getting a direct email from me.
And how's it going with the voice clipping?
Do you know what? I'm not finding much difference with the voice clipping. I'm really not. Yeah, I've had a few people off the back of the ads in the sneak peek, but I've definitely, like I say, over the last few weeks or so, I've definitely had a lot more people in the sneak peek. I'm still getting the ghosters for some strange reason.
And is that the one that you, Marty, and Tasha did?
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
But I'm finding that works well for me as well. A lot of people are resonating. It's like you said right from the off, because it's me.
Yeah.
Because they've obviously gotten in touch with me initially, and then when they go to the sneak peek, they're seeing me. They're definitely, they're a lot more responsive.
And the thing is that what I will say, and it's good we've got everyone on this call, because we've got people who've like started to build. And what I've really noticed this week is I've suddenly got people who are like, I want to enroll. And I've been talking to them for months. And something that I've done is just resonating with them. And with the coaching, it is the long game. So guys, like, I know like Mackenzie actually in Run Wild Hustle and Shine shared a post earlier on, and it was like, the work you put in now is going to pay off 6 months later. And I love that, because that was when I enrolled as a coach. I know Janine said, you've got to be all in for a year. And I was like, yeah. And I don't want to sound like condescending, but I've been where you guys are. And I know how frustrating it is to like work and be like, wow, and I've hardly hit Success Club, like, great. And honestly, I was that person when I was where you guys are in your business in terms of time served in the business. So just trust the process, keep being you to the people who are still following along. And honestly, they will come good in the end. And it's just the patience, which naturally I'm the most impatient person on the planet. But it sounds like it's working really well. And it's probably giving you loads of confidence as well, right, Lisa, having your own sneak peek and stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, it really has, because before I would never have thought of doing something like that. The thought filled me with dread, but now that I've done it, I'm going to be doing another one soon, because I know I can better that one, and then I'll replace that. And I guess it's evolving, isn't it? It's evolving as you go and as you do grow in confidence. But I do think that doing it in the first place is definitely a confidence boost to make you better at doing another one.
Yeah. The more you keep pushing yourself into your comfort zone, the better as well. And out of your comfort zone rather. And I don't know whether you guys have all seen my sneak peek link in the team page, but make sure you take the time to watch it. Like, obviously I've done sneak peeks before, and I've done them over and over and over again with Claire. So for me, it's like I almost just memorize what needs to be said. And I don't want the fact that I've done that. And I know this sounds like big-headed, but I know that I kind of just know what I'm saying. So it's a lot more natural. But know that, again, as Lisa said, I started exactly where you guys were, which was, oh my God, Mackenzie's told me I have to do a sneak peek. Like, how am I going to do this? That's terrifying. Like, I think I'm going to be sick, and Claire and I were there, but that's actually what propelled us. So if you haven't done it yet, I strongly encourage you to try and to start trying, because the people who are interested in you and what you have to offer are interested in you, and not someone else in your team. And obviously, like, you're more than welcome to use our sneak peeks, of course, and if they're working for you and and that's fine, then great. But I would just give it a try, even if you don't use it, just to like test it, and then do one again in a month or something like that. But thanks, Lisa, that's amazing.
No problem.
SJ, do you want to go?
Hello. Okay. So I'll do where I'm at, and then I'll talk about some of the things that are like going well and
Yeah.
So my affirmations this month, and these are the things that I'm saying to myself every day, as if it's the end of the month. So I'm like, I have 10 new coaches in my team. I have 20 new boot campers in my challenge group. What else am I also saying? I have earned £600 this month, and I have lost £4 in weight as well, because that's one of my like goals as well. Is to have the transformation too. You know, is actually that's something going really well for me. And so far with the Morning Meltdown program, I have lost 8.5 pounds just by sorting my nutrition out.
That's amazing.
So pleased with it.
You should be so proud of yourself.
Yeah, I am. And yeah, so, and I think that's kind of like helping to build my confidence a bit as well. And I think I've kind of seen like people are sort of interacting with me a little bit more, and I think it's because my confidence has shifted, definitely.
Everything.
So going back to what you were saying about like the Miracle Morning, I have listened to that book, and there is another one called the 5 a.m. Club, which is kind of on the similar sort of notion. And I'm very good about my morning routine. I take my little dog Molly for a walk, and I go and like walk through this field where there's some sheep, and I'm like, I am this and I am that. And I think the sheep think I'm totally and utterly mental, because they're like, whoa, what's that weird lady doing? So yeah, I'm quite good about doing that and coming back and doing workouts. It's funny you should mention about other network marketers, Lisa, because I've had an awful lot of people who are Juice Plus consultants out to me, and I've kind of gone back to them and I've said to them, you know, okay, like people are using your products and losing weight, but what are they doing if they want to tone up? So I've been sort of like planting that with them in terms of, you know, well, actually, you know, what we do kind of covers both areas. So, you know, something to think about there. And I've actually had a few face-to-face chats with some of the girls with that, and they're watching, like they're really, really watching what I'm doing. So that's quite interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have upped the amount of messages that I'm sending people every day. So I'm doing 60 messages. So either a mixture of like follow-ups or invites.
Great.
That's been hard, like I'll be honest with you, it's been a challenge for me, like fitting that around what I'm doing in the day. But I'm just literally like sitting on the toilet and doing it, and I've kind of like turned it into a game with myself. And like this was something Izzy suggested, was, you know, kind of turn the process into fun. So it's like, right, okay, how many can I do in this minute, how many can I do in that minute, sort of thing. So and the other thing that I've had success with as well has been using that Instagram Power Hour video. Like we came across that, 2 weeks ago, I think it must be now, isn't it? I think
yeah.
And I have increased my followers by 500 in 2 weeks.
Wow, that's insane.
Because I have literally been doing that nearly every single day. So, and that has upped the amount of people that are watching my stories. And I've got a whole load of people in Streak that, you know, it's almost like, it's not a bad place to be, but it's almost like I've got too many for the time that I've got to be able to invite people, kind of thing.
And you know, it's so interesting you say that, and sorry to interrupt you, but that was kind of the point that I reached. I was like, I want to make sure that what I'm putting out there then means that when it comes back, I can properly track all of it. Instead of being like, I've just missed loads of people that have followed me and they could have been my girl, right?
Yeah. And I mean, when they follow me, I send all of them like most of them are mummies like me, and I send all of them a message and I'm like, hey, thanks for your follow, you know, thanks for connecting, kind of thing. But it's just then having that time to kind of then go back to them, and that, so maybe I need to kind of bring the numbers down a little bit on that, but you know, and just work with it. But that's been awesome. So yeah, like that, I've been very consistent with that.
Because I'll tell you, you want to make sure when you're making those connections that you're harnessing it. I'll tell you, 2 of the girls this month that I've enrolled have been the quickest kind of process through my funnel that I've ever seen, and they are from this Jace process. So hey, thank you so much for following me, like some of the stuff, comment, oh, do you want to learn more? Oh yeah, I'd love to. They've learned more, and they're like, yeah, great, sign me up. I'm like, whoa, that would never happen with a promotion. So yeah, it's definitely 2 this month so far. So you just want to make sure that if they're going to follow you back and you're going to start a conversation, and particularly if they message you back, that you have got a system to track that. Because what I do, and I'll just share it, is that, you know, my funnel is that far, like, kind of beyond where I've got that many more people in my funnel, that actually if I invite people, I don't follow up with them unless they send me a message or they look at my stories or they're liking my stuff, because I don't honestly have time. That I'd have like 300 follow-ups to do in a day, and that's not realistic. But when I send an invite and I get a reply, or I send a message and I get a reply, they come out of the invited box and into a box that I'm on top of every day. And that's where I've enrolled those girls. So I think they're almost more hot than doing a promo.
No, I completely agree. And I think actually maybe what you're doing, because I'm that more push for time, might actually be a better strategy for me to use as well. Because, you know, otherwise I'm kind of like sort of tracking people that aren't interacting, and maybe I should just be focusing on those people that come back to me.
Yes. And you can still have them in your tracker. Like I've got, and you know, like, yeah, it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. I've got a whole section where I've got people I've invited. I don't know, like, if ever there's a rainy day, I'm like 500 or 600 people to follow up with. But those people that reply, they are interested and they are interacting, and then they're watching the stories. And that's been a game changer for me as well, where I'm being really disciplined with checking who is watching my stories every day and going through every single person and making sure, oh, when did I last speak to, oh, this person I haven't spoken to in 3 months, but they're suddenly watching. And that touch point, that's huge, because if they're watching your stories, or particularly if they've ghosted you for ages, but then you see that they're watching your stories, you're like, well, they're still interested. And that touch point is often enough to, they'll be back in the game again, sort of thing. So just watch that too.
Yeah, so that's what's going on here.
Great. We'll just keep going. And I know, like, you've been moving through a lot as well, so just, you know, mindset, just as much as you can right now, you know, and you'll have stuff that happens. So well done. And I don't know if Paige, do you want to talk or do you want to just listen? She wants to just listen, which is fine. And then Chrissy, I know you're not even on the video. Do you want to just put in the chat if you want to talk? I don't even know whether she's listening. Maybe her iPhone's just on here and she's not. No, she might just have it on. Sarah, are you listening? Did you want to talk, Sarah? I don't even know whether she's listening. Maybe she's not. And Kelly is somewhere else tonight. So hopefully that's been really useful. I mean, personally, oh, you're just listening. That's fine. Don't worry. Personally, my goals for the month are Success Club 40. I'm currently at Success Club 10. I've sent out 2 carts today. And I think what's working well for me is absolutely what SJ said, like the Jace thing is revolutionizing my business, and the speed in which I'm kind of turning these people around is really, really surprising me. So if you haven't watched that Jace call, or you haven't implemented it, or you've watched it but you haven't concentrated, please go back and watch it, because it's going to completely change your business completely for the better. Yes, and Sarah's just saying Millionaire Success Habits is incredible. Yes, if you haven't listened to that one, please download it in Audible. I've listened to it twice, and it talks about the 7 levels deep on your whys, which you're really, really, you've got it. That was month 2 of my coach business, it just so happened to be a book that Mackenzie was listening to. And obviously Mackenzie's my coach. So I was like, whatever she's listening to, I'm listening to. And I was in Barbados on holiday and I listened to that, and the 7 whys, I just remember and he talks about how when you find out what your true why is, it literally makes you bawl your eyes out. And I was bawling my eyes out and it hit me like a train. And from that day was the day that I was like, right, no more effing around. I'm all in. And this is why I'm all in, because I actually really understood what this business meant for me and my life and my family. So yeah, like really, really make hay this month. We'll do another call either next week, or yeah, Lisa, you need to do that. It's no use listening and not taking action, because that's self-sabotage. Sorry to call you out, but it is. But yeah, like this month is a great month. We have the work, which is coming out, I think, at the end of this month. I'm doing Morning Meltdown, okay, and I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to do the work later when I finish Morning Meltdown, but really, as business builders, really think about your strategy with the boot camps as well. Yes, we're interested in the coaching, but we still want to be doing boot camp call to action, guys, and that you really need to take upon yourself, because getting boot campers in is also, remember, a great way to build out to diamond and beyond. And the other thing is, so far, I've seen that September is an absolutely rocking month. Like, I can't believe how many people are like, yes, sign me up. Yes, sign me up. Yes, sign me up. It's like they've all been asleep for August. And I'm touching in with all of those guys that have been asleep in August, or with their kids, or lack of money because they've been with their kids all holidays. Or people have been on holiday and it's been really expensive. Don't take September lying down, because I'm strongly confident that September is going to be what's going to set us up for the rest of the year. So if you've not gone all in at this point in the month, get there right now, because you are going to miss the months that you're building from right now. So December typically is a quieter month, but December for me last year was my best month ever, because I was building momentum through these months. So you want to build momentum right now, so that when you get to December, you've got a cracking pipeline. You've got people who are getting off for Christmas and they're like, oh, well, you know, Izzy's been talking to me for XYZ, so I'm going to get started now. I've got a bit more time. Chrissy, did you want to say anything?
Not really.
No. Did you hear everything? I assume you did.
Yeah, I heard everything. I went to say something in my video, like it wasn't working, so I pressed them and it just cut me off. I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, like this is kind of the format, so hopefully it's been useful, just for accountability and everything else. And just stay on your high momentum, guys, and mindset is everything. So, oh, you've got something to say, Lisa?
I'm putting this out there. I wasn't going to show you. Just for accountability's sake, this is what my plan for September is. I don't know if you can see this.
Yes, I love it. You put hold on, I can't see it properly.
No.
You put yourself in at number 13.
Yeah. I don't know how many
follow up.
I don't know how many Success Club points that's going to take, but
no, that's elite point ranking. That's developing leaders.
Oh, bollocks!
And getting all of your girls to Success Club, which is great. But I tell you what you need to do, Lisa, and you know exactly what you need to do. You're self-sabotaging yourself by not having done the 7 levels deep on your why.
I know. I think it's because I don't want to know. But
okay. I know I'm calling you out right here, but your vision is the one thing that's holding you back. I'm just putting it out there.
Lisa, if you do it, I'll do it.
You both need to do it.
No, but I don't mean it like that, Izzy. I mean, like, let's do it, Lisa. Let's go for it and do it, because I haven't done it yet either. So
maybe you can just get on a call together.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Try it out.
I'll do it, but I ain't crying in front of anybody.
No, I'm joking. No, promise me you'll do it. It's for your own benefit, and it's honestly magical.
I am going to do it.
When?
When do you want me to do it?
Tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm going to check in with you tomorrow. SJ?
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. I'm checking in.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
well
gonna get
done,
the girls
guys,
on my
and
team.
well done. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying I'm going to get the girls on my team to do it as well.
Yeah, well, there's accountability, because how can we lead our team with that if we haven't done it ourselves? And it's you guys need to be the leaders for your coaches coming into the business of how to really execute that mindset and get clear on that stuff. And if you're not clear, then you can't help your coaches get clear. So I know it's hard, but you can do it. And you choose your hard, remember, it's easy. Well done, guys. Thanks, Chrissy and Paige, for making it. And I hope it's been useful. And I'll speak to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye. Bye.